Look, at the end of the day, your personal philosophy, your fundamental mindset is the ultimate determining factor in how your entire life turns out. It's the set of your sail. Think about it. The exact same wind blows on every single one of us. The difference in where you land at the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year, or at the final buzzer of your career is not the wind that blows. That wind is always blowing around the world. What makes the actual, undeniable difference is each person's personal philosophy that sets a better sail to conquer whatever comes their way. So stop asking for a gentle breeze or a favorable wind. That's just weak thinking, wishing for something that's never going to happen. Don't sit around asking for better seed, better soil, or an easier matchup. All you've got is what's right in front of you. Don't curse what you've been given. On this planet, all we've got is the seed in our hands, the soil beneath our feet, the miracle of life, the immediate opportunity, and the changing seasons. That is all we have. Whatever you do, don't waste your energy or breath criticizing what you were dealt. The real key, what I call the Mamba Mentality, is setting a better sail and turning whatever you've got into the miracle of your own future through absolute, uncompromising obsession. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't sit around wishing for fewer problems. Demand more skills from yourself. That is the philosophy. I'm asking you to build your own personal philosophy, lock down your business philosophy, construct an aggressive execution plan, and then go put in the work. Never violate the conclusions of your own mind by failing to step up, execute, and take action. If you really want to dominate and cash in on this year, step one is simple. Get serious. Life is serious business. On the court and in the real world, we call it a matter of winning or losing, life or death. It's dead serious whether you succeed or fail, whether you carve out an undeniable legacy for yourself or let yourself slide into absolute irrelevance. These are serious matters. Matters of the heart are serious. Matters of income are serious. Matters of supporting your family and building something that lasts are as real as it gets. Life is serious. The future is coming for you, fast and heavy. One ancient writer said, "These are the best of times, and these are the worst of times." Why is there such a massive, glaring difference between those who reach incredible, breathtaking heights and those who haven't yet figured out the basic answers for their health, their mindset, and their future? You have to sit with that truth, ponder it, and let it instill a deep, unbreakable seriousness in your soul. We aren't here to tell the latest 10 jokes, pass the time, and go home. We're not here to entertain the crowd. We're here to grow, we're here to learn, and we're here to extract every single ounce of potential we have inside us. Take yourself seriously. I'm asking you to take your own future seriously. What you can achieve for your family and your legacy, take it dead serious. This is serious business. Step 2, get smart. Do not miss a single opportunity to sharpen your mind and build your craft. When you pick up a key phrase or a powerful insight, take it home and grind on it until it becomes second nature. Don't be lazy in your learning. Don't be casual in your preparation. Develop a ferocious intensity for acquiring knowledge so that you never miss the information, you never miss the stories, and you never miss the crucial details. Real, transformative change starts with education. Don't be passive or lazy about picking up game-changing ideas. Learning is the absolute beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of total life transformation. That's what notebooks are for. That's what taking relentless notes is for. See if you can't continuously elevate your ability to comprehend deep ideas and information that can fundamentally alter your trajectory. Get smart. Don't skip the work or miss the training class. You might say, "Well, Kobe, I've already been to one of those classes. I've already heard that tape." Let me give you a reality check. Hearing it once is no sign you've got it. Watching film once doesn't mean you own the skill. I'm asking you to listen to it over and over and over again. I'm asking you to dedicate yourself to a whole new level of relentless mastery. There are 2 primary ways to drive this. Number 1, your own personal experience. If you've had a terrible week or a bad shooting night, don't run from it. Sit down in the film room and ponder it for a while. Break it down. Analyze every mistake. See if you can extract valuable insights from a poor performance and then use them to build a vastly superior week. Learn from your own experiences. One of the fastest ways to learn how to do something right is to do it completely wrong. Just make sure you don't take too long to fix it. When I spent time studying the absolute best in any industry, I noticed they always had a book open. They were reading, studying, and constantly evaluating the lives of successful people, as well as the mistakes of those who failed. Study, learn, grow, change, adapt. Never let it be said that you were too stubborn or too lazy to learn. If you want to solve your problems, you have to acquire knowledge. If you want to capitalize on a massive opportunity, you have to learn how to master it. Step 3, get going. You can become as smart as a genius after studying, and you can fill journals with brilliant ideas. But as Larry mentioned, those ideas are strictly like seeds sitting in a bag until you plant them in the soil. You've got to get going. You've got to take immediate, decisive action. The letters you haven't written, the tough conversations you haven't had with your family or partners, the individual you need to sit down with the moment you get back. Go handle that job immediately. Do not let neglect silently rot your days, destroy your focus, and ruin your future. Go back and do everything you can possibly do. And if you'll do what you can, life will present you with extraordinary challenges and opportunities to execute. You have to take care of the basic daily disciplines before you get the right to handle the larger, more complex responsibilities. Discipline is the process that creates miracles. Look at how to get the miracle of your future moving. Do what you can right now. Go home and set a whole new pace for yourself and clean up every single piece of neglect. Never disregard even the smallest of daily disciplines. Build on that solid foundation and you can achieve everything you've ever set your sights on. Step 4, get better. Not a single one of us is exempt from improvement. Turn your focus entirely inward toward personal development and relentless growth. That's the core lesson that changed my perspective forever. For things to get better out there, you've got to get better in here. Stop asking for the world around you to change. Demand that you change yourself. Asking for a softer environment or a more favorable wind is naive. Stop wishing for better seed or better soil. This is the only arena you've got. Ask instead to become wiser, stronger, and better equipped to carry your own weight and master your responsibilities. You can't stop the winter from coming, and you can't alter the changing seasons, but you can always upgrade who you are. When challenges hit, and you know the winters of life are coming, here is what you do. You get wiser, you get stronger, and you get better. Make a permanent mental list of those 3 words: wiser, stronger, better. Next, get stronger. You can intentionally build mental muscle. You can build your courage muscle, your inspiration muscle, and your dedication muscle. You can force yourself to become stronger. The next time people see you, they shouldn't even recognize the force you've become. In your language, your style, your executive presence, and your absolute ability to handle whatever pressure or adversity gets thrown at you, no matter what happens. And the third part is getting better. We can all elevate. Under getting better, write down these 4 mandatory operational habits. Number 1, absorb. Develop the skill to absorb everything around you. Be a complete sponge. Roll up your sleeves, do the dirty work, take meticulous notes, and process every lesson. Absorb the sights, the sounds, the details, and the reality of the game. Then go back home and invest that experience directly into other people's lives. And understand that you can't invest what you haven't locked in yourself. Soak it all up. Number 2, respond. Develop the emotional capacity to respond. Let the reality of a situation touch you deeply. Don't just gloss over a challenge or brush off a problem. Let people's real struggles hit your heart like never before. Be touched by it. Let life affect you. Don't let it destroy you, but let it fuel your drive to act. Number 3, reflect. At the end of the day, go back over your day. At the end of the week, sit down and review the film of your week to make the next one twice as valuable. At the end of a critical conversation, break down how it went and what you did. Learn through constant reflection. Run the tapes back on your own experiences. Imagine the next year you could have if you simply pay elite attention to your execution this year. Gather the data and reflect continuously. Number 4, share. When you gain an advantage, an insight, or a high standard, do not keep it to yourself. Reach out with a strong, unprecedented reach and touch people, not just with an opportunity, but with the standard of your life and work ethic, to make this your definitive highest performing year ever. Get excited. Real excitement isn't cheap, noisy, surface level hype. The excitement that actually serves you is the burning fire inside that lasts a lifetime. It's the deep, quiet resolve that stirs absolute commitment and unyielding courage. The inner fire that says, give me the ball, give me the responsibility, and I will get the job done. Get excited about sharpening your skills. Get excited about maximizing your capabilities. Put your head down and perform. Eliminate complaining entirely. That habit of complaining will contaminate your mind and ruin every opportunity you have. Complaining starts like a small infection, and if you don't eliminate it immediately, it becomes a terminal disease. Fight it aggressively. Conquer the internal enemies of your mind. One of them is pessimism, the weak mindset that tries to force you to see only the negative. Sure, life has negative aspects. What else is new? If the glass is half empty, fine, it's half empty. But pessimism tries to convince you that there's nothing else there. Pessimism is stupid. You have to educate and dominate that mindset. Be in absolute command of your own mind and your own destiny. Fight those internal battles every single day. When harvest time comes, reap your results without a single complaint or excuse. It's your crop. You sowed it. You either put in the early morning reps or you didn't. You made the calls or you missed them. You wrote the letters or you got lazy. You were consistent or you were weak. Take 100% responsibility for the output and say, it's my result. I own it and I don't complain. And on the flip side, offer zero apologies when you win. When you put in the grueling hours, execute at the highest level, and walk away victorious. Do not apologize for the rewards, the status, or the income you generate. You earn every single thing you achieve when you do your job with absolute excellence and lift up everyone around you. But commit to this. Help people elevate their lives, not just their bank accounts. Help people transform who they are, not just what they own. Let it be said that whenever someone spent time around Kobe Bryant, we didn't just talk about money or surface results. We talked about life, getting better, realizing maximum potential, attacking challenges, and refusing to settle for anything less than ultimate greatness. Let's execute on that level.